funny. Okay, so I'm not really going to do a lot of concealer here because you really don't need it. It's mostly right around here, there, and up here, of course.
Yeah, the sunburn.
Mm-hmm. See here. Yeah, it's good. So again, I'm just mixing all the foundations that just to get the right shade.
Have you ever had makeup on before?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
For TV?
No, I did drama in high school.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Oh, so it's stage makeup.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't anything big. It was high school, so it was put on foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your face is one solid color so the lights don't wash it out.
Yep, and then eyes. Always make your eyes big. I worked on the what's it called? Nightmare Before Christmas. No, what's that one that's always at ACT? A Christmas Carol. Oh, and they were fantastic with their makeup. I was dressing all the little boys and all the kids in it. And the man who's the ghost does his own makeup. It was incredible. I mean, when you see him backstage, he's just purple and green and blue and dark lines and olive green and eyeliner and everything else. But when you see him on stage and the lighting, he was scary and fantastic. That's something else. That's a different kind of makeup altogether. That was wonderful. So I am getting a little bit in the inside here, just underneath, okay?
And so I should just kind of like contour against it and like not make contact with the beard.
Don't put makeup in your
well,
beard.
No, I mean like how much room should I give between?
That's why you blend it. I'm just blending, you know. Yeah, now they would always want you to shave underneath here and clean up that and all that. Now, of course, men don't get as much makeup as women. It's just, again, skin tone and filling in eyebrows. Okay. And a little bit in there. I'm going to do that with Studio Fix. Okay. And again, the Studio Fix is what you do just to make sure everything is covered. And it's fast, too. So I would do a little bit of this orange one or yellow one, and then a little bit of just tan. That goes up here. And again on eyelids as well. Oh, and ears too for men. Believe it or not, because when they're shooting, sometimes the light goes through their ears and it just makes them translucent. Yeah. Depends on how big your ears are, of course, but I've seen it.
You're saying I have big ears?
No, other people I've seen, they're just the light, it's the lighting, and it just goes right through it, so I always just powder them down a little bit. And I'm using just a little bit of Studio Fix on your chin here, so that it's because it's a little red, just to calm that down. And up here, where you are a little bit sunburnt. Okay. All right, done that. Now I'm going to darken eyebrows a little bit. And that brings your eyes out. And these are all different colors. Like these are for darker eyebrows. These are like for fair. So again, these are eyeshadows, but you put them together in conjunction for eyebrows, and they're perfect. Always up, and then just comb them out all the way to the end and make sure they're nice and smooth. And you can also use this stuff to color in your beard too if you have little spaces. Yeah. Just use a powder brush and put it, use a brush like this and just dab it in there and go like, yeah, and just fill it in like that. Also for bald spots, you could use eyeshadow and just dab in with a brush like this. Oh, it's for men and women, it's for both. A brush like this, and you just get the powder and you dab it in. There is a spray, it's a fake hairspray, but sometimes if you don't do it right, it looks like, you know, that magnetic game, you know, that fuzzy guy, and you draw the magnet to the fuzz, it just like doesn't look too good. So, yeah.
That's why.
So just a little bit really does make a difference when you're filling in eyebrows, I think. Okay, let's see. Yeah. And if you wanted to, which I have done on some very, very fair men, just put a little bit of liner on their eyelids because sometimes their eyelashes are white. And so don't put mascara on it because you would see the mascara, but you just put a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'll do that to you. Just to show you, not saying that you're that fair, but just to show what you can do, and it makes a bit of a difference. Because Johnny Depp does it. And just shut your eyes for a second. God, I hope I don't get sued for that. And I'm using a really small brush for that. You could use this for eyeliner.
Is that black on him or brown?
Oh no, I wouldn't put black on him. He's too fair. You just want to bring out the eye a little bit. You can see a little bit of a difference. No, you use black with dark eyes, not something like that.
Yeah.
Then it looks clownish and too obvious. Shut your eyes. And again, you're just doing it right against the eyelash line. Yeah, and it brings it out. I'm using a little bit of a darker brown. No. Shut your eyes. See? Yeah, brings out your eyes. Good. All right, and I'm going to give you a hit of the matte powder. And I showed you that was the Smashbox stuff. Oh, this was another product. This is by Stila, but this is like, I don't really like the texture of it. It's a paste, and you could use this on men's. I can't even open it up half the time. Can you figure that out? It's like it's a terrible product. The packaging is terrible because I can't open it.
I have no
See what I mean? But it is a anti-shine paste, which you could use on heads, but you have to be careful of those products because what happens is they begin to flake after a while. So I think the powder, there you go, that's it. Stay away from this product, okay? It melted also, which isn't a good thing. When you're in heat, you have to use things that aren't going to melt in your car. Sometimes I've actually used just a little thermos and put foundations and pencils and all in there to keep it cold because everything melts in the sun. And there's sometimes you're on location, there's nowhere to get out of the heat. So those are a good thing to have too, those little ice packs too. And just bring what you barely necessarily need, like one pencil and just a couple of things because they'll also expire if they're in the heat too much. And that's what happened to this. But this was used as a matte powder, or a matte as well. And it works well, it's just that it's awful packaging. But I don't know if you can see that. Well, let me put it on your head and we'll see it. This is what it does. It's really good anti-shine. And you just have to make sure that you blend it really well. Otherwise, it's so matte that you'll see where you missed. It's sort of like sunblock. And up here, you do it.
It's kind of anywhere where I think the light would shine.
Exactly.
On the
Which
fair parts.
which lights are always, they won't be so far here, it's always here, here.
So more like my widow's peak.
Yeah.
Worry about.
And I'm just going to give you a little bit more concealer too.
I have a question. What if you sweat a lot? Like I sweat.
Oh yeah, I sweat a
here on
lot.
my forehead 24/7.
That's the matte powder. Yeah, I like the powder, as I said, because that stuff, if in weather conditions, you know, it's a good product, but I couldn't even open it. I mean, he couldn't even open it. So, I mean, really?
Like, do you prefer the Smashbox better for like that?
Yeah, I prefer the powder better because it absorbs the oils better. And it's easier to apply. That stuff, as I said, you have to really watch where you're putting it because you can see where it's mattifying and where it's not. So you just have to really press into it. And you just usually use it like maybe in the shine of someone's head up here. That way you don't have to keep applying it. And I'm going to put a little bit more concealer just like here. Open your eyes.
So in the same place where you are gonna put your makeup should have the same lighting where you're
Yes, lighting is huge. Never ever put makeup on. Always try and put your makeup on a natural light by window because that's going to be easier for you to see and it matches more of the lights, no matter if the lights are very yellow or very white, which they usually aren't. They're usually too yellow, and you're not getting you're not matching your skin tone properly. That's why it's very important to use the right colors, take your time, mix the colors, don't be rushed, blend everything, and try and do it in a good light. It's huge. So that's a good point, yeah. And these lights are good, so they're sort of up to par with what the camera sees, but sometimes they aren't. And sometimes you're starting to do something before they've finished lighting, so that's why you need natural light. By the time they've lit it and they've had a stand-in, they're ready to roll. So you have to be ready before that. And that's why you do it in a natural light. And then the DP will say, oh, you know, or the gaffer will just say, hey, you know, they're a little red or they're a little shiny and they adjust the lights, or you need to do what you need to do, adjust powder or whatever. And look up again. So I'm just putting a little bit more concealer in here.
What is that called? Concealer?
Concealer, yeah.
Concealer.
It's just concealing something.
Concealer.
Mhm. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, now I'm just going to give you a hit of the matte powder. Why do I keep getting caught on this?
Was that there for like the little hairs there, or was that
What?
more, was the concealer like right there? Was that for the hairs, or was that more?
No, just for the palette, yeah. And this Smashbox does have a little corrugated area, so you can shake it in if you want. Also, Krylon has a good product too, and that's just on 9th Street in Howard, and that's like a professional makeup place too. It's more theater, but they have some great products there as well. So you don't have to get the Smashbox, or you don't have to get the MAC. MAC has a product called Prep and Prime, and it's a hard cassette or a hard palette compact, and it's a good product too, but you don't have to always get MAC.
What is the name again? The shop that you just said?
It's called Krylon. Kryolan. Yeah. Is it on here? Yeah, there you go. Kryolan. And they sell all sorts of little palettes and bags and all sorts of things. And once a year, they have a fantastic sale where you can get little professional makeup cases for really good prices. Okay, let's see. All right, good. I think you look fine. All right, good. You're done.